Hi, I'm Gerry Tschetter with QSC Audio. We're here with the K-Series of powered loudspeakers. Now, we've been shipping these for a few months already, and we've been really happy with what they've been doing in the market. But this is actually the first time we've been to a NAMM show with them. So let me talk to you a little bit about K-Series, because we're pretty excited about them. What I've got right here is one of our K8 loudspeakers. Now, the series consists of an 8-inch, a 10-inch, a 12-inch, and a dual 12 powered subwoofer. We've taken a little bit of a different approach than a lot of manufacturers have, though. In a lot of cases, what happens as the loudspeaker goes down in woofer diameter, it also goes down in quality. That's because a lot of manufacturers have used the excuse of a smaller woofer to make a cheaper speaker. We took a very different approach, and in fact, all the models in the lineup use the same high-quality 1,000-watt QSC Class D amplifier. They all use exactly the same compression driver, and they differ only in woofer size. Actually, there are other areas in which they differ. One of the other areas, of course, is in the size of the enclosure. So if you're really looking for something compact and highly transportable, you will go with the 8. If you want something that has a little bit more low-frequency extension, you would go with the 12. Another thing that we've done is employed our DMT concept, which stands for dispersion matched transition. What this does is, with this design principle, we match the coverage angle of the horn to the natural coverage of the woofer at the crossover frequency. The result is that you get much smoother off-axis coverage without loss of mid-range. Finally, one of the things that we've done is around the backside here. We've put a lot of functionality into the back, so if you're simply going to use these coming directly off a mixing console, you can just go into the line inputs and you've got a level control. But there are a lot of applications. For example, a solo singer acoustic guitar player who might want to be able to come into one of the inputs with a microphone, come into the other with an electrified acoustic guitar, and be able to use this simple internal mixing function. Now, I'm a keyboard player myself. I use a couple of these. I've got a pair of keyboards, and I'm able to bring one keyboard into one input, another into the other input, mix them, and then send them out into my main PA system from this output. So I get a lot of flexibility in the system. So here's a quick guided tour of what goes on the back of a K-Series loudspeaker. First of all, we have our low frequency switch. This gives us 3 different modes of operation. One is the normal mode, which is what you'd be using a lot of the time if you're just using one K-Series by itself. We can also flip it into external sub mode, which is what you do, of course, if you're using what else? An external sub. Then there's the deep mode. Deep stands for digital excursion and extension protection. And what it does is allow you to get more low end, extended further down the frequency spectrum while still protecting the loudspeaker from over excursion. Another function that we've got is a vocal boost. So if you're using this in some kind of an application, particularly for speech reinforcement, where you need a little bit of extra vocal cut, this will give some boost in the high mid-range to help that cut through. We also have a mic line switch, and that allows one of the inputs to receive a microphone input directly. A few other clever things that we've got is a second input, so we actually do have a simple 2-channel mixer built into the back of the speaker. And one of the inputs of that mixer can even receive the output from something like an iPod or an MP3 player of some sort. Finally, we can even control what the front panel LED does. We can turn it completely off in case you don't want anything distracting from the performance. We can set it so that it blinks to indicate that the internal limiting is working, or we can set it so that it just indicates that there's power on. And that's some of the stuff that's going on the back side of the K-Series power module. So in addition to its primary role as a sound reinforcement loudspeaker, there are a few other tricks that K-Series has up its sleeve. As we've been selling K-Series, we've received comments back from a lot of the people who have purchased them that these things are killer in the musical instrument amplification world. Now, we're not proposing that we're going to replace your Marshall stack. I'll leave you electric guitar players on your own on that. But for applications where the goal for reinforcement is full range and accurate reproduction, for example, electronic keyboards, electrified acoustic guitars and other electrified acoustic instruments, or V-drums, the K-Series is just a great choice, offering the same sort of full range performance and accuracy that you really need to get studio quality sound out of these high technology instruments. And here we've got a number of different examples of how it would be used, ranging from the V-drums to the electrified acoustic guitar, and including an electronic keyboard. Check out K-Series at your nearest authorized QSC dealer. I think you're going to like what you hear.